Hi guys. So yesterday we were talking about multiplication and some multiplication stories. And today we're going to kind of switch gears and we're going to talk about division. And I just want to remind you that when we talked about multiplication, we described it as adding again and again. So it's repeated addition. That's basically what multiplication is, okay? Now, division is the opposite. So the opposite of adding would be subtracting, okay? And the opposite of multiplication would be division. So what we're gonna do in division is repeated subtraction, subtracting again and again, okay? So I want you to keep that in mind. All right, so we are going to look at a division situation and we're going to represent that division situation with a set of objects, and we are going to separate them into equal shares, okay? So I'm gonna explain to you what that is. So what you're gonna need for today is this chart. Okay, let me pull it up real quick. We will need this guy first. Okay, so, you know what? I think I actually forgot one thing that I wanted to show you. The new vocabulary, sorry. So what are equal shares? Equal shares is when all the groups have the same number of objects or the same quantity of a whole, okay? So that's what equal shares is. So if I have 2 M&Ms, then you also have 2 M&Ms. It's an equal share, okay? All right, now back to our chart. Okay, so this is what you're gonna need. This is the example first, so we're gonna go over the example. It says, Ashley shared 16 buttons equally among 8 friends. How many buttons did each friend receive? All right, so here is a row. Remember, a row is when the objects are side by side. These are the 16 buttons that she has, okay? Now, for these division situations, we are going to use counters. If you don't have counters at home, which you probably won't, I want you to find anything that kind of looks like them. I'm gonna show you my 16 counters. They're right here on my little mat. See them? Okay, counters are just like these little circular objects we use to count with them. If you don't have these, you could use pennies, you could use beans, you could use buttons at home, any object really. It doesn't even have to be a circle, guys. It can be any object that you have a lot of, okay? So here are the 16 buttons, and she is going to share with her friends, okay? But she has to make equal shares. So each friend has got to get the same amount, okay? So once I put my counters in the row, now I'm going to make 8 circles. Why am I going to make 8 circles? Because they are going to represent my 8 friends, okay? Here are my 8 friends. That's how I'm going to draw a picture of this, okay? Now, each friend is going to get the same amount. And to make sure I'm fair, I'm going to give everybody 1. Okay, I need to keep giving everybody 1. Okay, so everyone's got 1, right? But look, I have some more. So I'm going to keep giving until I have no more buttons left, okay? So now this friend has got 2. Got to make sure everyone's got 2 though. Oops. Missed one. Oopsie. Sorry, guys. I missed one. I only had 15 counters and I was supposed to have 16. I counted wrong. Okay, so now everybody has an equal share, okay? So once I finish this, actually, if I wanted to, we don't have to know this, but this is just good to kind of understand. When we make a division number sentence, we would show that we had 16 total and we divided That's the division symbol, okay? We divided by 8 because we had 8 friends, and that means each friend gets 2. Okay, that's the division number sentence. We don't really need to know that in 2nd grade, but it is good to know because you will definitely see that and you will definitely do that in 3rd grade, okay? So now if I want to describe this situation, I'm going to come over here to my chart and I'm going to describe here. So it says there are 16 buttons. Yes, that's what we started with. Shared equally among 8 groups because there were 8 friends. I see that 16 buttons shared equally among 8 groups means there are 2 buttons in each group. You are going to use these kinds of sentences to describe the situation, okay? So now you are going to practice what we just did. So I have given you 4 division stories, okay? I want you to do 3 of them. You don't have to do them all. If you want to do them all, that's wonderful. Do 3 of them, okay? And I want you to use objects you have around the house. I used counters because I had them for the classroom, okay? You don't have to use that. You could use any group of objects that you have, okay? And I want you to draw a picture. Well, first of all, I want you to make the model. So I want you to get all your counters out. I want you to line them up. You're probably going to have to get 24, 36, 12, or 30. So that's a lot of things, okay, guys? And then I want you to build it, okay? Make a model of it. Then I want you to draw a picture of it, okay? So once I took out my counters, and I want to turn this into me, to Miss Petru or to whoever teacher you have, I would draw my picture on my piece of paper. They're my counters. See, now I'm just drawing them fast. I don't have to draw those big old circles everywhere, okay? And once I have drawn that picture, then I am going to describe the division story using these 2 sentences, okay? You will describe each of the stories with these 2 sentences. So if you do number 1, you have to build it, draw it, and then describe with these 2 sentences. Same for number 2. Build it, draw it, describe with the sentences, and that's what you will turn in, okay?